What about the domestic politics of this, Joe? Because we're seeing here an awful lot of this split between the kind of the conservative and neocon wings of the Republicans and the MAGA wing. Now, it feels to me like a bit of this is being played up by people who don't like Donald Trump to make it look like this is splitting the conservative movement and the right in America. Yeah. What's your read on this, and how much is the White House looking at the politics of this domestically when they make a call about what to do here?
The read at this point is that basically there is no split. In other words, what we're seeing is that Donald Trump is saying, okay, if you are Benjamin Netanyahu and you want to take out all these facilities, fine, no problem. And we're hearing from Tucker Carlson, for example, my former colleague, or others that say they're in the MAGA movement, saying that, okay, well, this is too much and we shouldn't be doing this. Well, most, if not all, of people that voted for Donald Trump are all for this. If you could take out Iran's nuclear capabilities, and that's the whole ball game right now. Can you take out their ability to blackmail the Middle East and therefore the world in terms of having a nuclear weapon? Would you take that chance right now? And I would say that 95% of people that voted for Donald Trump would say, yes, let's do this now. They are weak. Israel's doing a great job. If we have to finish the job, the United States, then so be it. But I don't think this is really like this big 50-50 split that some of the media are saying. It's more like a 95-5 split.
Yeah, no, and I think that if you're America first, I think a pretty America first thing is making sure that Iran doesn't have those nuclear weapons. But meanwhile, let's talk about the Democrats for a moment, because as the media tries to split the right, the Democrats have some very big problems of their own. Now, again, if you'd listened to the media, you'd think all the momentum was with the left after those No Kings protests. I mean, hey, that's what CNN told me. But I noted today that the New York Times is reporting that the Democrats are out of money. They're out of cash. They're desperate for financial infusions. What's going on, Joe? Has all their USAID money dried up?
That's the funny thing, right? You hear about the No Kings protests, or Cory Booker, 25 hours, filibuster on the Senate floor, or all the Elon Musk protests that we saw earlier this year, and you hear like, wow, the resistance is really gaining momentum. It really is taking on strength. And then you see that the fact that no one is donating to the Democratic Party to the point where, they may not be solvent in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. So that's the thing. Democrats are not offering any solutions in terms of what they would do if they were in power to make the country better from an economic perspective, from a foreign policy perspective, from a crime perspective, from an immigration perspective. So you can't just resist. And if you have the far left of the party showing up to these protests, well, great, that's nice. But in the end, are they bringing in independents or disgruntled Republicans to say, all right, be part of our movement? The movement is to basically complain, sound and fury about nothing, but at the same time not offer any solutions or proposals that the American people can embrace. So that's why the donations are drying up, and that's why the Democratic Party, because it has no leader. Who's their leader at this point? Is it Kamala Harris? Is it Gavin Newsom? Is it Tim Walz? That's the question at this point. And if those are your three choices, that ain't good.
That ain't good for you. But, you mentioned resistance there, Joe, and I've noticed this phenomenon here. We saw Democrat Alex Padilla making it all about himself, trying to get arrested there. He's called President Trump a tyrant this week in the Senate, but this performative arrest movement, it seems to be now a feature of Democrat campaigns, with one of the candidates for New York mayor also getting himself handcuffed for the cameras, protesting ICE or acting like idiots. These guys are basically the slip and fall accident guys of politics now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's arrest porn is what I'm calling it at this point, because it's who's the next Democrat who will, oh boy, the cameras are rolling and I guess I'm going to obstruct ICE in terms of their job. Therefore, if I get arrested, I'll go on CNN, I'll go on MSNBC, New York Times, Washington Post, will run these glowing reviews of me. No, by the way, all these people, whether it be the comptroller of New York, whether it be Alex Padilla, the senator of California, they've been fundraising off of it ever since. So now the question is, who's next? Will it be AOC? Will it be Cory Booker? This is the thing now with the Democratic Party. Resist, resist. By the way, who are they protecting? those who came to this country illegally and also are criminals who have raped, murdered, and actually child molested people. If that's your position, you're not going to win any elections anytime soon, but it will get you on MSNBC, but that's not the goal now at this point.
Defending child molesters, that's a hell of a platform there. Joe Concha, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me from New York.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good night.